So I woke up this morning, it is the 8th of April, 2015, and I found a very interesting post on Facebook. So, the Youth Project, which is a non-profit organization based in Halifax, which is, LGBTQ friendly and all that good stuff, as well as a specific activist, that transgender person, I think it's her blog or something on Facebook, Jessica Durling, posted that the provincial government of Nova Scotia was going to enact legislation in order to make it so that gender markers on cards would be able to be changed. Victory for the trans people. Okay, cue the funny music here. No? Okay. Which I wanted to talk a bit about the impact of this and sort of the legal weird ramification shit that's been happening because the marker on it has not been able to be changed without surgery. So, just sort of as a basis, up to this point, and until this legislation is enacted, it's still legally required that in order to change the marker on your ID, essentially the thing that says sex, in order to change it, you need to have surgery, as well as 2 letters from practicing physicians, one of them being a surgeon, generally, the other one being a family physician, endocrinologist, or something. You need 2 letters, plus you need some surgery to required as gender reassignment surgery, essentially to prove that you have changed your gender/sex. For trans women, that could mean, actually trans women and trans men, that could mean anything from the chestal region down to the genitalia reconstruction surgery, or anything pertaining to that. A little bit flawed. So, this system has been out of reach for the majority of transgender people, trans-identified and gender non-binary identified people, for a long time. Look, I have heard of people saving up $25,000 for this crap. And it's not all-inclusive. The surgery costs a bunch, and then you're also staying there. You're also getting you're getting all the follow-up care that you have to, pay for, as well as the pre-care, the stuff that you're going for, all the meetings beforehand. Well, it's just getting there. The surgery isn't practiced in this province, so you have to go over to Quebec, but that's not really so, point being is that it is out of range for the majority of Nova Scotians, until recently, and even then, it's still really kind of a little bit finicky. So, I wanted to let people know about sort of what the kind of ramifications of these are. Let me put it this way. I am trans-identified. I'm female identified. I am being yeah, exactly. I know. I can't speak. And because of that, I am technically on my card still a male. Whereas a buddy of mine, he is identified male. He is muscular and manly and looks like a dude and all that great stuff. Got short hair, been on testosterone. It's all awesome for him. But on his card is still female. Now, biology bullcrap aside, because I know what you critics are going to say, this means that in legality, until he gets chest surgery, it means that he cannot go out on the street with his shirt off. But I can. I'm on hormones. I have actual boobs. He's trying to get rid of them, or maybe they're not that small at all, or not noticeable, but if there was a complaint between the two of us, both of us had a complaint in comparison, I have far more legal ground than he does. That's wrong. Now, sexist laws aside, that's just one of the many things, everything from, really anything that impacts women in any regard, or even just jail cells. Jail cells. If I was detained, legally I would... Unless, the cop is, actually a good person, Fucking hard to find these days. Kidding, of course. Most law enforcement people are nice. There are dicks in every single job. It means that I would legally be defaulted to being thrown in a cell with a bunch of hairy men that, some of them might be really desperate and might have a kink fetish or some shit like that. Which would not be good for me in the slightest. Flip side to my other friend, except in general. It also means that with this big law thing going on in Ottawa right now, where in federal buildings, federal funded buildings or whatever, they're going to make it so that that people who are trans-identified have to go to the bathrooms that they are assigned to, which is bullshit. It is a bunch of dudes, hairy dudes, muscular dudes, having to go into women's washrooms because they used to be chicks. And the reverse is true at the same time, and it is uncomfortable for everyone involved, yet somehow it is appropriate. I'm going to make a video about that later. But yeah. So, what this essentially means is that won't really default to people. Like, it's an option. It is an option at the end of the day. I don't know that the details are literally just coming out. I'm just sort of blogging about this now. I'm just sort of posting about this now. Not all the details have been, gathered up at the moment, but the basic idea is that at least you'll be able to change it M and F. Whether it goes any deeper than that is to be seen, but as far as if people are more identified one way or the other, or they have to access certain things due to whatever, as far as the sort of binary component, it kind of works. We'll have to have a bigger discussion on non-binary later, because besides the non-binary people and the other people and their allies, nobody knows what the hell is going on with them, and it's really sad because it's quite simple. And it's not that they hate gender. It's not that they hate gender. It's just the fact that, screw this gender. It doesn't work for me at all in any regard. I'm gonna do me. I do me. You do you. I do me. That's essentially the cut and dry of it. Layman's terms. You do you. I do me. I don't do male or female. I do me. Perfectly fine. But that's gonna be a discussion for the other time. But yeah, so there are probably many. All you have to do is Google search the Nova Scotia. I don't know. You'll find it. You'll find it. I know you'll find it. You people are smart. You found me. Okay, maybe that hasn't been the smartest thing all day. I mean, I am pretty stupid. Anyway, but yeah. So essentially, the Liberal Nova Scotia government is enacting legislation as supported by a number of activists within Nova Scotia, including the Youth Project, from what I understand, whatever. To make it so that it is 200 times easier to change gender markers on IDs. That is what's happened. It's not being enacted immediately because it's a bill, so it takes time, it goes through the political process. But, NDP, even the progressive conservatives have talked about this sort of thing, so it shouldn't have any problem getting through. My name is Olivia Jacquard. Stay tuned for more. Bye.